Hey boys and girls, it is Miss Oates back with another review video. This time we are going to be talking about text features. So by the end of this video, you are going to be able to identify common text features including captions, bold print, subheading, table of contents, the glossary, and the index. And you are also going to be able to use text features to locate information in a text. And of course, our focus standard for this video is RI.2.5. Know and use various text features to locate key facts or information in a text effectively. So, what is text features? Well, text features are special parts of a text that help you to locate information, such as specific facts and details within a text. And where do we find text features? Well, we find most text features in nonfiction books, just like this book that you see on the screen about bats, which we learn about in second grade. This is one of the books that your teacher may use. And inside this book are all sorts of different text features that you may see. Now, there are a lot of text features out there, and you did learn some in first grade and even kindergarten. But today I'm going to review with you some of the text features that we focus here in second grade. And the first one that we talk about is captions. What exactly is a caption? A caption is a sentence that is used to describe a photograph or an illustration. A photograph is a real-life picture, while an illustration would be a drawing. And here's an example of one. This caption right here says, "This is a tiny frog sitting on a bicycle seat." And if you look in that photograph, that's exactly what you see. You see a teeny tiny little frog sitting on what looks like a bicycle seat. The next text feature we talk about is subheading. Subheadings are a heading used to describe the main topic of a section of a text. A heading is usually the title of an entire text that you might read. Subheadings are the little teeny tiny titles that you might see, such as in this example right here, All About Frogs. All About Frogs is the big heading, but within All About Frogs, we learn about their adaptability and the response to their environment. And we know this by looking at the subheadings right here. Then we have one of my favorites, bold print. Bold print are important words related to the topic of the text. These are those words that you see in the darker print, what we call bold print or important words. In this particular story, you see skeletal, muscles, tendon, or skin are all bold print words. These are words that you will find in the text, and you will find their definitions in the glossary, which we will talk about a little bit later. These are words that are related to the story. So looking at the bold print words for this particular section, skeletal, muscles, tendons, and skin, I'm going to go ahead and make an inference that this story is talking about the human body. If I wanted to look up the meaning of skeleton, I would be able to do that in the glossary that's found in the back of the book. This text feature is table of contents. A table of contents is a list of topics about a text and what page number they are located on. So, for example, this table of contents is from a book about space. So if I wanted to read about our solar system, I would turn to page 11, and I could read pages 11 through 32. I would be learning about our solar system. If I wanted to learn about space exploration, I would turn to page 49 through 55. That particular chapter is about space exploration. The table of contents is also found at the beginning of the book, boys and girls. And again, these are actually headings. So if I were to turn to page 11 where it says our solar system, I would be reading about the solar system. Our next text feature that we're going to be talking about is a glossary. A glossary is a list of words and their meanings related to the topic of the text. Now, we find the glossary located at the back of the book. And the glossary is usually organized in ABC order, or alphabetical order as it's known as. So if you take a look at this particular glossary, we see the words Saturn, space, star, and sun. This is a book about space. And these bold words right here, Saturn, are actually bold print words. If I were to go to the section of the book that talked about Saturn, I would notice Saturn is in a bold print. That means if the book has a glossary, I will be able to look up the meaning of that word. Then finally, we have the index. The index is similar to the table of contents, but it's found at the back of the book, and it's a list of topics or key words in the page number that those words are found. While the table of contents gives you the heading or the title of each of those chapters, the index is a bunch of keywords, sometimes bold print words, sometimes not. This is an example right here. As you can see, the index, like the glossary, is also organized in alphabetical order or ABC order. Here we have A, which is abdomen, ankles, armpits, arms, 15, arteries, 75 to 76. B, back, belly button, blood, body parts, bones, brain, breathing, bronchi, and byproduct. If I wanted to read about my ankles, I would simply go to the back of the index, find A and find the word ankles, and I will know that if I turn to page 14 in my nonfiction book, I will be able to read about ankles there. You really use the index for when you're reading a very thick nonfiction book and you don't want to read the entire book, you just want to read about one particular topic. You're able to use the index to find that topic and find what page number you need to turn to. So now that we learned about our different text features, let's go ahead and practice. We're going to practice by looking at this text called dog obedience. And as we can see here, there are a couple of text features that are sticking out at me, especially the ones that I have gone over with you. So I'm going to go ahead and model how you might do this particular sheet right here, where you have to identify the text features and you have to explain how it helps you to understand the text. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read the story to you, Dog Obedience. Training dogs. The benefits. There are many benefits of dog training. Dog training will teach your dogs manners. Dogs will learn the difference between appropriate and inappropriate behaviors. They will learn to obey commands, and they will learn how to greet humans and how to interact with other dogs. Training can help your dog stay happy, healthy, and safe. And then this is a photograph of a group of dogs at an obedience class with their owners. Then we have how to train a dog. Training your dog can be done with the help of a trainer, or it can be done at home. First, you want to do some research to decide what type of training will best be for you and your dog. A common type of training is positive reinforcement. This is when you reward your dog when they do something good or follow a command. For example, you can give your dog a hand signal and say sit. And when they sit, you give them a treat. And then this photograph right here is of an owner and their dog protecting hand signals with new commands. So wow, lots of different ways to teach your dog obedience. But let's focus in on those text features. And what are some of the text features that you see? I'm going to give you a second to see if you can identify any. Well, I see two text features that we have talked about, and this first one is going to be a subheading. And a subheading tells me the title of a section and what it will be about. For the subheading that I identified right here is how to train a dog. What this tells me is that these two paragraphs right here are going to be describing how a person might train their dog. For example, one of the things that I picked up is that you reward your dog. When your dog does something good, you give them a reward. I learned that because you're training your dog, and I was able to use the subheading to identify the main topic of these two paragraphs. Then we have the other text feature that I see, which is a caption. And a caption describes what's going on in this photograph. In this top photograph up here, I can see a bunch of dogs, and it looks like their owners are behind them. And if you notice, all of the dogs are sitting, and that's exactly what the caption describes. A group of dogs sit in an obedience class with their owners, and I see the dogs that are sitting, and I see the owners. So the photograph and the caption go together really well. The caption does a great job of explaining what exactly is going on in that photograph. All right, boys and girls, that is it for me today. I hope that you learned a little bit about text features today, and I hope you get to go on a text feature hunt and find those text features. They are so useful, and there's so much that you can learn from just looking at text features. I'll see you later. Bye.